You gotta see this. That is Sanita Mula, a power lifter from Belgium. The controversy that we all just took in with that first video.
My dude, right here, I think you guys can see my mouse. And pay attention to that right knee of his. Because I can tell you, if, I say straight up, Sanita's probably a nicer lady than I am. Well, I'm not a lady, but a nicer person than I am. Because if this happened to me and I was competing, I would have been in some type of foreign jail. Because I would have freaked the hell out. Watch. That's not supposed to happen.
The full story is that it surrounds the world of sports, intentional corruption, and racism.
Tell me how you're expected to hit depth in the IPF when the side spotter's thigh gets in the way of the plates. We demand justice for Sunita. Pause it, rewind it, watch it again. Watch the bald guy's thigh on Sunita's right. This guy's going famous on internet forums for spotting the way he does. Let me know what you think. She did not get a chance to redo her squat.
That was a woman who was going for the female world record. In order for that record to qualify, she had to bring the weight down to a certain level. And you could see that bald man that he was referring to, his thigh stopped the weight from going down. That is illegal.
Here is where all of this takes a turn. The man, whose name is Ernestus Kusinas, was a volunteer spotter at the competition. As displayed in previous videos, Ernestus put his knee in a perfect position to essentially sabotage Sunita's lift. She was attempting to squat 334.5 kilograms, the equivalent to over 737 pounds. Yeah, she's really freaking good at this. Now, because of his actions, Sunita was disqualified from the event and not allowed another lift by those who were judging the competition. I'll have more on that in a moment. It was then uncovered by The Athletic. This is important. Ernestus left a comment to her. I am racist, and I did it intentionally because I hate you pieces of blank. He'd then delete his social media account. There are many thoughts on this. First,
this disgusting racist spotted me at IPF World Championships. Now, how do I know he's a racist? Because he said so himself. Here he is, saying point blank that he is racist and he hates us POSs. And here he is, using a numerical term for Heil H painter guy. And just for good measure, here's him posting a swastika. Here he is on Facebook, wearing a Nazi Imperial Eagle jacket. Here he is, posting a swastika. And yet, he was allowed to be a part of the Lithuanian Powerlifting Federation. I, as a black man, put my trust in this man to keep me safe on the platform. Completely unaware of the fact that he hated me and would potentially do me harm simply because I'm black. So the only question now is, what is the IPF going to do so that its black athletes can feel safe? What do you even say to this? It's one thing, somebody this deplorable and bigoted being allowed on the platform at IPF World Championships. It is another thing entirely to know that somebody would sabotage a lifter on the platform simply because she was black. Not only did Sunita have this lift taken away from her, she was put in danger. This is 334.5 kilos on her back, and a member of the platform crew, whose job is to keep her safe, actively tried to sabotage her. What if she got injured? Seriously injured? Then what will we do?
Nathaniel Messiah, the man who uploaded that video that y'all just saw, he previously competed with Ernestus spotting him. He is calling for further action, which should absolutely occur. There has been some, but there needs to be more. According to Reuters, police in Lithuania are launching an investigation. A solid start, but not enough. They report. A police spokesperson told the outlet the investigation will focus on the Instagram message and the events at the championship. All of this carries a maximum penalty of 2 years behind bars. Oddly enough, the spotter told that very outlet he wrote the racist comment out of anger because he was being dubbed a racist. And essentially, he was trying to make a mockery of the allegations being levied against him. Not gonna lie, one of the dumbest defenses I have ever seen. Imagine telling your attorney this. Hey, all of this happened, and my defense is, yeah, I am that thing that you're accusing me of. I don't think a single litigator would take this except for this guy. And I don't even know if he would do it. Regardless, the BBC reports Ernestas has been handed a lifetime ban by the Lithuanian Powerlifting Federation. Again, another good start, but is it enough? Rightfully, she feels the sports world governing body, the IPF, International Powerlifting Federation, failed her following all of this, and that swift action is only happening because the story has exploded. She would tell the BBC, quote, I feel like the Federation needs to do background checks. If you are going to put my life in someone else's hands, at least make sure that person is well equipped to be able to protect me or keep me from harm. But they failed me through negligence and putting my life in danger.
They got in the way of it and knocked the plates, which caused her to not hit depth.
Very quickly, if you can, become a paid channel member or go to buy me a coffee to support this channel. Thank you.
Now, if we actually look at the replay on this, I'm sorry, this was depth, even with that bell end in the way. This caused her to lose quite a few kilos off total. She would have hit an open world record total if she'd have been able to get a deadlift, but unfortunately she couldn't because she was pushed a bit too hard by losing those kilos. I don't know why the head judge did not allow for a reattempt after this happened. If a spotter interferes with the lift, literally by having the plates come into contact with them, why the hell is that lifter not allowed to reattempt?
Sunita would then be real raw and honest about her feelings following the controversy. I couldn't process it. In my mind, I had already made my peace with the fact that this was a mistake. We're all human, and I didn't want anybody to get hate because they made a mistake, but now I see it in a different light. It wasn't a mistake, she would tell The Athletic. For a long time, I didn't know what to say. The next day, after I found out, I went to the gym and thought, maybe I should say something. I took my camera, pressed record, and tried to say something, but I just kept on crying. Part of me didn't want to believe what the guy had said. It was already hard enough for me having to deal with the result of my competition. Now I have to deal with this person who has sabotaged me because of the color of my skin. Meanwhile, Sunita continues to take the high road. She would caption one video with this: I have dealt with racism in numerous ways, but never in this manner. I've defended this guy hoping he wouldn't get any hate because I thought it was an honest mistake because we're all human. Even though I myself was dealing with the frustrating and hurt from bombing out of the world championships, which also was a consequence of me missing this third squat and losing 13 kilos. And then to now read this from the same person is just heartbreaking. She'd upload another video, and the accompanying caption would read, while this incident is now going to make me question every spotter standing next to me, question if I am safe, I wanted to say a big thank you to everyone that has ever spotted me and kept me safe without being bothered by the color of my skin. I have seen people die with less weight on their back because of bad spotting, but thank God my story is that of no physical harm. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Following all of this, the BBC would report Ernestas's lifetime ban by the Lithuanian Powerlifting Federation was complete. They wrote in a statement, we would like to address the situation that unfolded on social media. We reviewed available information relating to Ernestas and were deeply shocked by the views and activities addressed publicly, which contradict the principles that we stand for. I think it's fairly obvious where I'm going to go here. I agree with Sunita that they need proper vetting. I don't know what exactly that comes in the form of. Do they need more funding? Should they ask for more funding so they can have an entire team devoted to researching, basically doing oppo research and looking into the people that are involved as volunteer spotters? That could certainly be a start. What I don't want to see is stuff like this. People who work their whole damn lives to get to this point, to not only be a world champion, but a record breaker, and have it be sabotaged by someone who devalues that person because of the color of their skin. This guy saying this in defense, and he's claiming that he's stating it basically to make light of all of this, to make a mockery of it. Shameful. Shameful. If someone does this and corrupts the competition in this light, there are many questions that should be asked. Do I think that he'll serve a prison sentence? No, I don't. I think he'll receive a lifetime ban, a lifetime of misery and shame for the way that he views his fellow human being. And I think that he will basically be outcast from society until he has some serious introspection, knowing racists, they never have it, and they never will. To Sunita, keep your head up. And I really hope the next time we see you, you break more world records.